So here we have the lungs. We have the visceral pleura. We need to cut it. This is the lungs. This is the heart here. This was the liver, which we have cut, and we said that the liver is directly. This was the liver, and the liver was directly connected to the posterior abdominal wall via the inferior vena cava. Now the lungs, we can dissect the lungs. Can decide to dissect and remove the lungs via removing it visceral pleura. The lungs is connected here posteriorly to a posterior abdominal wall like that. So this is the lungs. Now you can see here at this junction, if I move and remove the heart, above the heart, at the level in man, at the level of the angle of wrist, which is just a small prominence at the level of the sternum, at the level of the second intercostal space, we are going to have the bifurcation of the trachea there. So here it is in this case. We're going to have a bifurcation of the trachea here to form the two main bronchi somewhere up here. And this is a less prominent structure. This, we can see that this is the esophagus that we have just got when visualizing the digestive part of the digestive system. Now I can remove the lungs here. So this, the structure which is used in maintaining the lungs here are the bronchioles with its arterial supply. So we know that the arterial supply of the heart to the lungs is going to be the pulmonary artery. We can see here that when I'm trying to shift this, there is one structure which is hanging the lungs to the heart, and it is the arterial supply. That arterial supply is mainly due to the pulmonary artery. Now we need to note again that the pulmonary artery are mainly deoxygenated. So there is another arterial supply which still comes from the aortic arc to the lungs, and that's the bronchopulmonary artery. So these are the two main arterial supply from the heart to the lungs, the pulmonary artery and the bronchopulmonary artery. So when cutting here, and lastly, another structure which maintains the lungs Pourquoi tu as... Tu es mauvais. So I'm going to cut it here. So the last structure which was maintaining the lungs to the posterior abdominal wall was the trachea. This is the left lung. Now we need to know a small difference between the right and the left lung. The right lung consists of the upper, the middle, and the lower lobe, while the left lung only consists of the upper and the lower lobe. A simple way to recognize this is that the major part of the heart, the most prominent part of the heart is toward the left. So that most prominent part of the heart is going to replace the middle lobe in the left lung. So we can say only that the left lung is going to have the upper and the lower lobe, and its middle lobe is replaced by the prominent or the left ventricle. So that's why the left lung only have two main parts and not three parts as the right. But at the level of the left lung, we have at the upper lobe a lingula, a small protrusion that is a remnant of the middle lobe. So I can protrude this and remove the right lung, you see that it's connected again to the vessels here, which when I'm remove is bleeding. So posteriorly you see that it's bleeding because I'm trying to remove to get it from its artery. The arterial supply, we said, is pulmonary artery and the bronchopulmonary vein. Pulmonary artery is mainly for deoxygenated blood but having nutrients, and the bronchopulmonary vein is mainly for oxygenation with high pressure. So I can remove it. And remove it. So now here is the heart. Okay. To see the heart very well, it's important to remove the visceral pericardium, but it's as if it's already removed. Now, we can see the heart here. When I'm trying to pull in the heart outward, I see some major vessels here. If I cut here, this is a certain fascia. I can remove this fascia all above here. So this major one here was this major artery here, which is bleeding. We realize that it is much more dark. It is a pulmonary artery, and the pulmonary artery was containing the deoxygenated blood. That's why it is dark as such. And you see that the wall of pulmonary artery is wide, so it's very tough because the pressure which comes from the heart is very high. So this one is very dark, so we realize that it was a pulmonary artery, and it is bleeding because we just cut the lungs. Now we can pass and see this. When I'm trying to put the heart, I see some arterial supply which can be seen just here when I remove the upper portion of the pericardium. I see that the heart, you see this portion of the heart, this structure here will be the aorta. The aorta is going to give three main arteries. So as the aorta goes up, it's going to give the ascending aorta. The ascending aorta will give the first two branches, which are the coronary artery, the left and the right coronary artery, which is going to supply the heart, actually, because the heart needs a blood supply, and that will come from the coronary arteries. Normally, in man, you're going to see the coronary arteries lying on the heart. If we resume the video, we realize that there is a certain structure here, this line here,